Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie if you're new. Hi, thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A today. I asked on my Instagram for you guys to ask me some questions about what you would like to know. So I'm nice and comfy. I got my tea, gonna be spilling the tea on myself, you know what I'm saying? So I wrote down my favorite questions that you guys asked me, and let's just get right into it. So somebody asked, what is my job / do I have a job? Yes, I have a job. I've kind of had a lot of jobs in the last couple years. Not in a bad way, I've just had a lot of part-time jobs. So I always have worked with kids. Right now I'm a nanny for a little baby boy, and I also do some web design for a home staging company that I work for. Funny story about how I got that job, actually. That'll be for a different video. But yeah, so I work with kids. I did work in a daycare for a long time, and then I started just working as a nanny. It's kind of the best job as a young person living in a city, just because it pays well. It's fairly easy, at least for me, if you're good with kids. I really like it. No complaints there, but yes, that's what I do. I'm working like sort of part / full-time right now, like 30 hours a week, just because that's all I really need to do. And then I'll work on my computer doing some website stuff. So yeah, I do a couple things. Got all those side hustles too, you know what I'm saying? How old am I? I am 21 years old, but I've sort of been like 28 since I was 16, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I have been 21 for a while, but now I'm actually 21, so yeah. How many tattoos do I have? Okay, I have quite a few. Some of them I can't really show you right now. I can do a whole separate video just about tattoos because I think that would be kind of cool. But as far as I'm counting, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I have about 12 right now, and I would love to get more. I'll just show you the visible ones. So this tattoo right here, it's Roman numerals for 17. And I got this done actually in January of 2017 because 17 has always been like my symbolic number. It's always been my lucky number. I see it everywhere. It's always the right answer to any guess that I always have of like a number. So 17's always been my lucky number. So obviously it was 2017, so I was like, I'm gonna get 17 tattooed on me as like my lucky number. Turns out 2017 was the worst fucking year of my entire life. So I don't know if I jinxed myself by doing that, but I still think it's kind of cute. And then I have Be Cool Honey Bunny right there, and that obviously is a Pulp Fiction quote because I fucking love Pulp Fiction. And then I have a strawberry and a cherry because Nancy Sinatra's song Summer Wine kind of means a lot to me, and you know, strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. I have Que Sera Sera. That is actually done in my mom's handwriting because she would always say that quote to me kind of like when things weren't going right. It means whatever will be, will be. So I had my mom write it out for me, and I got it tattooed, and she actually got a quote that I wrote in my handwriting tattooed on her. So yeah, that one kind of is special. This one right here is a drawing that my little sister always would do growing up. It was called her heart person, and she would draw this little heart person on everything, and it was almost like her signature, which I always thought was funny, and I want to get a tattoo of kind of each of my family members represented. So I gotta have my dad. I gotta do something about my dad next, but I have my mom and my sister on the same arm. And then yeah, I have a couple more on my legs, and then some stick and pokes on my hand. I did eyes I did this when I was trimming weed, and I thought it would be a fun activity to bring out stick and poke stuff, and I didn't have rubbing alcohol, so I cleaned it with tequila. I'm surprised I didn't get septic shock, to be honest, but like, okay. And then I did a knife because I used to think I was really edgy, and I would pose with like a big kitchen knife in my Instagram photos. And I thought holding a knife was a personality trait, so I did it. And I sort of regret doing hand tattoos just a little bit, just because that's like the one thing you can't cover up, and I am planning on being in the medical field in my life, and I know the medical field is more conservative, so I'm gonna like have to wear gloves at work or something. I don't know, but little not the best thinking on my part for those ones. But I have some more on my legs, one on my ankle, and I think that's it. But I do have a lot of ideas of stuff that I would like to get done. So also, if you've ever tried explaining tattoos, like the concept of tattoos to like a toddler, it's hilarious. Okay, how did I get comfortable kind of expressing myself on social media? This is a good question. I have always been pretty extroverted. Like, my personality is just very, like, to put it lightly, I've always liked attention, like, not in a bad way, but like, I was always first to sign up for talent shows and like any kind of performance. I like performing, I like expressing myself. It makes me feel good to kind of like express myself to others, and I know some people it makes them feel good to kind of shy away and be more reserved, and that's totally cool. But my personality type is just like, whoa, I want to overshare everything, and it's always been that way since I was little. So when social media came along, and like Instagram, obviously that's probably where most of you are coming from this video from, is finding me on Instagram. I don't know, I guess I was kind of going through some stuff. I had a really rough time in like high school years, and the way that I kind of coped was having almost like an alternate personality, like this alternate personality that was me online, and it was almost like this person was even more extroverted than normal me even is. And it made me feel good when I would post things and kind of like make a long, silly, stupid caption, or post a photo of myself with like acne cream all over, like doing some sort of funny dance. Like, it was almost like I was putting on a show, sort of, like it was like my character. And over time, like this like character that I played, almost like I was like playing myself in a version of my life that was more exciting and more interesting than what I was going through at the time. I didn't like, yeah, it was like a coping mechanism, honestly. And the personality of my social media and then me sort of ended up blending into one, and it kind of made me more extroverted. And I don't know, like I started sharing in my Instagram captions like what I was going through at the time. Like, I have what's it called, dermatillomania, where I pick my skin. And I remember a post that kind of like popped off back a couple years ago was I posted about, like, I posted a photo of myself after I had picked at my face and I was like bleeding and it was like nasty, and I just posted about it because I wanted somebody else to like be able to see what I was going through if they were like going through the same shit. And it just made me feel good seeing how many people could relate to me, and it kind of has driven me to continue that with whatever I am going through. Like, currently, I'll probably make another video more in depth about this, but currently I'm sort of in the recovery process of disordered eating, and I've been sharing a little bit of my journey of that on social media. And every time I post and I get messages from people saying like, thank you so much for posting this, like now I feel like I'm not crazy. Like, that's exactly why I started posting like that on social media. That's like what made me feel more comfortable, is knowing that like if I talk about it, more people will talk about it. So, and then like when it comes to like my silly stuff that I would post, like that's just like fuckery. I never took social media seriously, which is why I have such an easy time like being so open about it, because I'm like, it really doesn't care. It really doesn't matter at all. Like, yeah, like I can fuck around, and as long as I'm treating the people in my family with respect, as long as I'm treating me with respect, like I could post some dumb shit online, I don't care. I'm probably gonna like regret some of that shit when I'm older and like looking for like a big girl job, but it's fine, you know? So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, it was kind of just like a coping mechanism / my own personality. I don't know. Okay. How / why did I change my aesthetic? So this is the real question. So if you have been following me on Instagram for a long time, you might know that I used to be like crazy party girl, like you know, doing Molly at the clubs and like going to bars and sneaking into bars and, oh god, like doing photo shoots and kind of like being very like crop top and platform boots, looking like a doll's kill ass bitch. But now I'm sort of more like this, like, I don't know, my aesthetic has changed quite a bit, and it's something that like I'm almost insecure about, and I've been trying to slowly kind of creep back into my old ways. So some of it has to do with my job, some of it has to do with my anxiety and my mental health, and some of it also has to do with some trauma that I experienced. So we'll start with the more lighthearted stuff. I guess a lot of my old like aesthetic revolved around my outfits and my hair color. I used to have crazy pastel hair, and once I started like working with children in a daycare, I wasn't allowed to have colored hair, so I had to dye my hair back brown. And obviously I liked what I did, and I didn't want to give up like what I liked doing and what I made money doing for my like online aesthetic. And then my outfits kind of changed, like my style shifted a little bit, because obviously when you're working with children, you want to dress comfortably. And so I kind of just gravitated more towards like pajamas, like leggings and just big t-shirts. And I kind of stopped doing my makeup. I used to do big false eyelashes like every day and do my makeup and be super into that. And it kind of just over time, my work kind of became like I worked more, so I had less time to get dressed up, and it kind of took a backseat. And along with the past couple years, I was in a couple of pretty traumatic relationships with people, and I was going through a lot of stuff. I was literally living with a heroin addict, and I did not know. That's the real tea. I'll tell you all that later. But I was being manipulated, and I was being kind of taken advantage of in many ways. And I just had so much stress going on with my home and living situation with these people that I had to deal with, that it honestly was very traumatic and sent me into like, it was like had to just look out for myself. Like it was like bare bones minimum. Like I had to get myself out of this bad situation. So I ended up with a lot of anxiety. I was actually diagnosed with PTSD from the events that occurred, like I'd say in 2017. Yeah, 2017, the whole year was just like shit house. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so I ended up with a lot of residual anxiety, a lot of trauma that I've been dealing with, and obviously I feel more comfortable just being in more of like a natural state versus getting all like dolled up, and I have less interest in going out. I don't really go out anymore. I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes like constantly in this house, but yeah, so obviously I have a boyfriend, and a lot of my aesthetic was like looking for male attention, which is fine, but now it's like I get male attention at home. I don't have the desire to kind of like dress up as much, and obviously half of me dressing up was for me as well, but I'm just shifting to be more comfortable in this state right now, and that's just what I'm learning to like live with. I'm going through all that trauma made me appreciate comfort over anything else. Like my physical and emotional comfort always comes first now, which is pretty much why my aesthetic and style and everything has changed. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am slowly transitioning into like kind of being more me, I would say. I definitely don't really feel like I'm unleashing my full personality expression wise anymore. Like I take care of a baby all day. It's not like I can go wear crop tops and mini skirts and platform boots. Like I'm gonna be wearing comfortable clothing that I can do my job well in. But I've been like buying some more cute kind of like funky colored stuff and bought some new makeup, so I'm trying to get back on the bandwagon of being cute again. I'm also thinking of going blonde, so comment below if you think I should bleach my hair. It's finally like healthy again after I put it through torture for like 3 years. So of course I want to fuck it up again, but I really want blonde hair, so I might go blonde. How do I get style inspo? Right now, my style inspo, like I said, just comes from comfort. I don't want to look like frumpy or like bad, but comfort's first, and then I think like neutrals. I've been really into neutrals, so comfortable neutrals is kind of my style inspo. A lot of my like what I want to like look like is just from seeing people out on the street. I work over in kind of like a nicer area of San Francisco, so a lot of people are wearing like, you know, nice sneakers and joggers and like nicer jackets versus like, I don't know, like flip-flops and shorts. So I just kind of see people that look comfortable, especially coming from moms, because I mean, I'm not a mom, but I work with a baby all day. So I like seeing moms that look like they're doing, like killing their shit. I kind of like to emulate their style. And then someone else said, fave stores and brands. I have also been really into sustainability more so than ever. I, you know, watched all the documentaries. I've been reading all about sustainable fashion, and I really, really like Everlane and Reformation are like really good sustainable brands. They're both like on the expensive side though, but this tank top's from Everlane. It's cute as hell. Still always thrifting. Gotta love thrift stores. I go to Goodwills and Salvation Armies and Crossroads and Buffalo Exchange. I don't know if they have those everywhere across the United States, but here in San Francisco there's like a bunch of different kind of consignment-y stores. So Crossroads, Buffalo Exchange, people sell their like really high-end brand stuff to these stores, and I go cop that shit up. I do shop at Target for like underwear and bras. Like I got this bra like Nordstrom Rack. H&M started this new brand of, it's called like Conscious, so I guess it's more sustainable than their other clothing. So I got these joggers, comfy as shit. Yeah, I like neutrals, grays, blacks, tans, and whites. I love Adidas, like fuck my shit up. I've been really into athleisure, like the like sporty kind of like sporty mixed with like slutty. I love it. I'm here for it. Do I do art? This is a funny phrase question. I do art, actually. I don't do art as much as I would like to. In the past, my kind of like form of art was how I express myself, like my clothing and my makeup. I thought of my body as like a canvas, and I was dressing up, and it was like this whole kind of therapeutic artistic experience for me, getting dressed every day. And now that I'm not like super like into my makeup or my clothes as much anymore, I almost feel like I'm like lacking creative energy, which is really sad. But I love to paint. I have always loved painting, just like acrylic on canvas, nothing fancy. I just love painting. I also love painting on stuff. I love painting on leather bags, leather skirts. Painting on leather feels really nice, and I don't do it anymore as much as I would like. It's kind of sad. I bought canvases. Thomas and I are planning these 2 canvases for the wall over there above our couch, and we're like, how are these ideas? I bought the paint, I bought the canvases, and I just have to like bring myself to do it. I'm just tired all the time. Like, that's what I'm just exhausted. Like, I love working with kids, but I'm just tired all the time. So kind of like the things that I love, that I used to love doing a lot, kind of take a backseat to my like physical comfort, which is like coming home and just chilling, you know? So yeah. And my last question, I'm sure what most of you would love to know, is where did Young Money Dick Money come from? So when I was first starting kind of like being more expressive on social media, I wanted to be able to be like as crazy and wild as I wanted to be without it being attached to my name. So I kind of made up Young Money Dick Money as like my alternate persona, like I was saying. And the way I actually came up with the name, so I knew I wanted to have my Instagram not be my real name, just so I could like, you know, post my bikini pictures and not have like my employers be able to find me and stuff. Now like my employers are watching this, what up? But yeah, so I wanted to have something, and I love Lil Wayne. I actually have a Lil Wayne t-shirt. Let me go find this. Okay, so I love Lil Wayne. I have a Lil Wayne t-shirt. This is a really great thrift find, by the way. And one of his songs, God, I'm a fake fan. I can't even remember which song. Which song is it? Where he's like, he says something and he says, Young Money, Cash Money. And I was like, shit, that sounds good. But I was like, I can't just make it Young Money, Cash Money, you know? And being my vulgar true self, I threw in the word dick, and so she was born. And it kind of just stuck, and it was like vulgar enough for me to like feel authentic, but not too vulgar to where my mom can't follow me. Hey mom, what up? My grandma follows me too. Yeah, if anyone was wondering like, oh, like, do you hide your Instagram from my parents? Fuck no! My whole family follows me. Everyone loves my gram. So thus concludes this question and answer. Thank you so much for asking me these great questions. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified next time I decide to film and post a video. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, fantastic rest of your day. Whenever you're watching this, have a great one. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace.